Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you my couscous recipe, the traditional way, the way I learned it from my mother and she learned it from her mother, and it keeps going. Usually we try to make as many vegetables as we can. They say Moroccan couscous is the 7 vegetable couscous. So this is mostly the vegetables I use that everybody in the house like. I use carrots, zucchini, some eggplant, hot pepper, tomatoes, onions, cabbage, butternut squash, some turnip, and some yam. Yam is really tasty for couscous. If you haven't tried it, you should try it. It's really good. I have here a boneless leg of lamb that I got. It's organic from New Zealand, and also it's halal. It's really tasty. I have some Moroccan couscous. You don't have to have the Moroccan couscous. You can find couscous grain in any supermarket. I have some olive oil. This is the only spices that we use for couscous. I have black peppers, ginger powder, salt, some curcum, which is turmeric, and I have some smen, the famous Moroccan preserved salted butter. If you don't have it, you don't have to have it, but it gives a taste to the couscous. I have some cilantro that I'm gonna tie like this and put it inside the pot. It does give a good flavor as well. So we gonna go and start our couscous. The most important part of the couscous is the pot we're gonna cook it in. It has to be this kind of pot that has 2 pieces, where we cook the meat and the vegetable in this one, and then the couscous will go on top, that we keep cooking back and forth 3 times, and it gets the flavor of whatever's happening down there. You have to have the pot to have a good couscous. First of all, I'm gonna cut the meat. This, like I said, this leg of lamb has a lot of fat in it. I'm gonna take some off. We need to save some or keep some fat. It gives the couscous a good taste. As I mentioned before, I'm gonna use 2 tomatoes. So one I'm gonna use at the beginning and one I'm gonna use at the end with the vegetables. I have here quarter cup, a little bit over quarter cup of olive oil. I have 1 onion. I'm just gonna do it traditionally, no major effort. I'm just gonna cut the onions like this. This is how I learned, how my mother, my grandmother used to do it. Just cut the onions like this. Just 1 onion is enough. Also the tomatoes, I'm gonna use it with the skin, a little bit chunk pieces, like this. This is the traditional Moroccan way to make couscous. We're gonna throw that bunch, the little bunch of cilantro, the black peppers, turmeric or curcum, salt, ginger powder, and the salted butter. The smen, they call it smen. I think you can buy it, find it in the US online. I'm gonna add my meat. This is exactly how they do it. Back in the days, I watched my grandmother do it this way. This is how she mixes all the ingredients. This is gonna go on the stove. I'm gonna saute a little bit, then I'm gonna add some hot water. Make sure you have hot water going while you're doing this. We'll take it from there. I have been sauteing this mixture of meat, onions, and tomatoes and spices, olive oil for 3 good minutes. As you see, the meat is cooked from the outside. Now I'm gonna add water. We wanted to cover the the meat and this combination at least twice with some hot water. We're gonna need all this sauce to cook the vegetables. And we're gonna need it also to put on the couscous. This is a good amount of water. We're gonna cook this for a good 30 to 45 minutes until the meat is almost well done and tender. I cleaned all my vegetables and I cut them. I got the zucchini here. I intend to keep every vegetable same size. For the carrots, I cut them in half and then in another half. I have a little bit of turnip. I don't use a lot of turnip. I'm the only one that eats it. This is the thing about Moroccan couscous. Everyone in the family like one kind of the vegetable more than the other. So we make all vegetables so everybody got the vegetable they like. I got the cabbage. For the cabbage, I just cut it in 4 and keep the bottom so the leaves get tied together. The butternut squash, we don't peel it. If we peel it, it's gonna go all over the place. It's gonna get so mushy, overcooked. So we keep it like that. Same thing, like I said, I keep it the same size. The yam also. For the chickpeas, I'm gonna cook them separately. It makes it easy for me to garnish the couscous on the top with it. If I cook it in the pot, I will never find them. So I'm gonna cook it separately in another pot with some of the sauce that I'm gonna take off the big pot and add it to it and cook it separately and use it at the end. The 1 tomatoes I have left, I puree it. I'm gonna use it when I put the vegetables. I'm gonna add this puree tomato. For the eggplant, as I said, only one person that eats the eggplant. I'm not gonna use all of it. I'm just gonna use half, like this. Also, I'm gonna cut them longer. Try to make all the vegetables cut to pieces a little bit longer. It makes when you ready to set your couscous after it's cooked, you can design the sides with the vegetables and it makes it look pretty. Now we're gonna move to the next step, which is preparing the couscous grain. To prepare the couscous, I have here 1 kilo of couscous. I usually mix the small grain with the medium size. You can use any kind you want. For this much of vegetable and the people I have here today, I'm gonna use 1 kilo. The first thing we do, we add 3 tablespoons of oil, just vegetable oil to it. All went through, we're gonna put some warm water. Again, we mix it well. This water is gonna make the grains get a little bit bigger. We're gonna add more water through all the process. After I checked on the meat, it's almost done. Not done, I mean almost there. So I'm gonna steam my couscous for the first time. Like I said before, we steam it 3 times. I'm gonna steam it the first time before I add the vegetables. After the first steam, I'm gonna bring down the couscous. It's really hot. You gotta be very careful. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some salt to it. We didn't add any salt earlier. We usually do it after the first steam. I'm gonna add some warm water. I'm gonna work it through quick so we get to all the couscous before it gets dry and evaporate because the grain are so hot. Right now, after this water, I'm gonna spread it like this. And I'm gonna cover it with a nice clean cloth for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna add the tomato sauce. After I finish steaming the couscous for the first time, I'm gonna add the tomato sauce. And my vegetables, I have to put the ones that easy to cook on top. So the cabbage takes a little time. I'm gonna put it in the bottom like this. The carrots also take a little bit longer to cook. I'm gonna put it right in the bottom with the cabbage. I'm gonna add the butternut squash, also takes a little time. And we keep going like that. I'm gonna add the yam. This is how we set the vegetables to be cooked in the couscous, like that. I'm gonna add the eggplant. And the last one will be the zucchini. Like that. I did put the jalapeno or the hot peppers earlier when I put to steam the couscous the first time. They take a little longer to cook also, and they do give a nice flavor to the couscous. So I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer until my couscous is ready for the second steam. After the 5 minutes, as you can see, my couscous got bigger and I have to add more water. After I went through all of it, it's all nice and spread. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. It gives it a little flavor. And I'm gonna take it to get steamed again a second time. Now that our couscous is ready, the vegetables are all cooked, we're gonna start the process of serving the couscous. First of all, I'm gonna pour as much couscous as I needed. I'm not gonna pour all of it. I could save some for later. We're gonna add some olive oil and more of the smin, or the salted preserved butter that we talked about earlier. It gives it a flavor. As I fix it like this, I leave a little hole in the middle for the meat. First, we put the sauce all around. Next will be the meat. I have to put it in that middle. Now I'm gonna put the cabbage like that. And I'm gonna start setting all my vegetables like this. And we're gonna put some vegetables on the side for later, for people that want more vegetables. And now I'm gonna add my chickpeas that I cooked separately. It makes it easy for me to garnish the top with it. Like I said, in the pot, I will never find them. I have the 2 jalapenos. You can use any kind of hot pepper you like. And finally, the couscous is ready. This is how we're gonna serve it with some sauce on the side. I hope you enjoyed the video and you find it easy to try. This video is especially dedicated for all my friends, my followers, my family that cannot speak Moroccan and they want the video in English so they can do the couscous at home. They all loved my couscous and I hope you guys try it also and like it. And thank you for watching.